Hello, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. In our last episode, we finally finished this volcano tamer, and after about a cycle or so, I think it has been, maybe two, of running the game after we ended the last episode, now this thermal sensor is actually working as promised, and it is opening and closing this door once the temperature is above 198 degrees. Which is exactly what we wanted, so we can keep this steam in here at around 200, because again, any more than that is going to be too much, and will be kind of a waste as far as the steam turbines are concerned. So these, as you can see, are all running basically at full tilt right now. Maximum wattage for a steam turbine is 850 watts. And we're running these at 827 through almost 830. It varies a little bit. It's going to go up and down. But the fact that we're running them well over 800 watts out of them is very nice to have. So these are all working very well. And this is working as intended. And we have a lot of heat stored in here. We have over 500 degrees Celsius times... what was it, 1,800 or so kilograms? Actually, it's more than that. 18 times about 140 kilograms of steam holding that energy, which, if you know the specific heat capacity of steam, you can actually calculate how much heat energy is stored in that steam. If you know the exact number of grams and the exact temperature, you can calculate that number out. And that'll tell you exactly how many DTUs of heat are stored in this cluster of steam here, as well as you have to also calculate what's stored in the metal tiles and what's stored in the molten lead and the bits of igneous rock that are down here. So it's a complex calculation, but suffice to say it's a lot of heat, which is why we need this heat sink to be very, very good, because it needs to store as much of that heat as possible and not let as little of it go as possible, which is why this is all a vacuum up here, by the way. Let as little of it go as possible, so that as much as possible will transfer into this room and produce electricity. So that's this volcano tamer. Kind of just a little bit of a recap here, with just to kind of discuss and explain, now that it's working completely, what it is that it is doing. We are also launching our rockets here. We have a few cycles left on this last trip to the Rocky asteroid. And then we have 6 cycles left on the trip to the ice, the interstellar ice asteroid or comet or whatever it is. It is actually just about there finally. And as mentioned before, it takes an extra 3 cycles or 2.7 cycles when they're at the rocket navigation skill, when they have the rocket navigation skill. So it's going to take 2.7 cycles times every 10,000. So that's why it's at 10.9. It's 2.7 times 4-ish. The numbers never seem to add up quite right, but that's what it's intended to be. I'm not sure if there's a fraction going on there or something that's not calculating correctly, but either way, that's the intent here. This would normally be 12 cycles for sure, though, if we didn't have the navigation. So when we get there, we'll gather some stuff, of course, and bring it back, and we'll see what we bring back to the base here. And then I think this rocket here is going to continue going to this satellite in order to keep collecting steel and glass. What I want to do today is I want to focus on the hypertubing, or that's a different game. The transit tubing, and putting a transit tube shaft inside of this main elevator shaft here. So to start with, we need to come down here and see how much plastic we actually have. We have 2,000. That's going to give us That's going to give us 40 pieces of transit tube, which is not a lot. I guess I should have increased this number a bit. We'll do 4,000. And while that's running, we can actually start putting out this tubing, though. Because it's going to take a little bit of time to put it all out. And I think I want to start here. And I want to start here by putting in first the tube that's going to kind of come up and down past here. And then we need to have a... we can't just use a transit tube cross because that won't join with the tube. What we need to do is have... let me pause the game. Have a bend like this. And as you can see, in order to make that bend, we need to actually have it be one tile off. I can't make a turn like this. And so I need to actually have that be back. So we need to pull this wall here back a little bit away from the ladder shaft. And then put in our transit tube access point. This isn't going to look right, but put in our transit tube access point in something like this. And I think we'll make these out of gold, just for fun. Put our transit tube access point in like this, because we need to turn it into there. If the tube was coming across here, we wouldn't be able to turn it into the tube, into the access point. So we need to have the tube coming across this place here, and then the access point can be, I guess, here, because it can't be on top of this for certain reasons. Might be, no, that is actually what it is. The transit tube plug here is on this tile, so if we moved... Actually, let's cancel that for a second. Can I do... Before I commit to... No, you can't rotate. So what it is that plug can't be connected to the other plug. You have to have a wire in between them. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to, of course, cancel this bit here. And we're going to put this like that. And then we're going to pull this wall back at least to here. But I think I'm going to put it actually right here. And then we'll put this door in here. And we have a conductive wire right there to connect to it. And then this will, of course, connect into there. Okay, good. That's copper. Let's unpause again. And then this door and wall will come out. And the this will just be kind of basically part of the ladder shaft. This this bit of this sort of room. I did do some, while I was kind of letting the game cycle a little bit, I did do some targeting upgrading to replace some sandstone tile with granite tile. As you can see, they're in the middle of it here. And I took out those floor tiles there that were the decoratives, these kinds, and just put in regular floor tiles because these aren't actually buildable tiles. These are just the simulated ones, but I wanted it to be, I wanted the floor here to be level, so I did that. And then like a bunch of tiles here, you can see I did a bunch of these. So I just did a bunch of sandstone into granite, although everything inside the base currently is sandstone, so I need to also do that. How are we doing as far as Drecos? We have one missing there. This is probably a good thing to do while they work on that work. We have 10 out of 9 there, so we have too many here. We can probably eat that egg. We have 2 eggs someplace. We'll eat both of those. And then the glossy, I think I will eat 1 egg and incubate the other. Oh, and then we need to incubate that pinch row egg. Our egg count is, well, maybe not. Oh, we are incubating pinch row eggs. Actually, in the pinch, the poke shell ranch here. Unfortunately, we don't have, as we discussed before, a whole lot of supply of polluted dirt or rot pile to feed them. So they're going to end up suffering and starving, unfortunately. But if we only have a few, maybe they'll get enough to stay alive. There's only a few places to actually get that stuff from. One of them is a water sieve, and the other is from the other toilets, the outhouses. And then if food happens to spoil and die, but our food's all in fridges, so that's probably not going to happen. Although we do have an awful lot of food. Are you telling me that's all in refrigerator storage? I can almost not believe that it's all in storage. Like some of it's not sitting here on the floor. But it's not. Surprised. Surprised I am. And you can see this meat, by the way, came in via this conveyor chute from either here or here. as intended, because it's laying there on the floor underneath the conveyor chute, so I'm going to assume that it came in that way. Let's see, we have 55 in here, 55 in here, in this room, in waiting to replace these 10, although that door's open. We should be wrangling and delivering another one sometime soon. The door's open, so they can do this. There we go. Good job, Jessica. You have wrangled a... What are you hurting them for? I don't know why. Oh, I do know why. We need to set this one here lower, so that she fulfills the jobs at this one, which is relocating the critter, and then gets the heck out of there. And stopped wrangling them all. Stop wrangling them all. Okay, good. Good job. So those ones that were wrangled that are trussed now will eventually just pop loose from their bindings and be good to go. Okay, how are we doing? I'm cleaning up some water as well from that steam that we were dealing with before, and then of course this as well from this room that we still need to finish up. Oops, I forgot all about it. We did start doing some of this bypass, but as you can see, apparently it has been all drained and I forgot all about it. Oops. And I had to break this too because I noticed this. Yeah, let's talk about some of this stuff. So I noticed that I did this wrong. This is outputting polluted water this way if this is backed up. And so then it was getting mixed in here. So I need to adjust the way that this all works in order to get the clean water only into here. We had a little chunk of polluted water in here. In order to get the clean water only into there, I think I'm trying to think of the best way to do this, and it's kind of eluding me a little bit. But I wanted to break that connection before we got any worse. But I think it's just a matter now of processing all of this water. I think if I did... Everything's too tight together here, I think. But let me take some of this out, take this one out here. That needs to come back up into there. But I want to move it down, I think. Yeah, I think this idea that I have half an idea of will work. That's okay, but these need to come out. Priority construction 7 over there. Let's go back over here to the transit tubes. Okay, so now we can take out this wall, and door, and wall, and power from there. 7. And then we'll connect that up. In the meantime, I do want to run these transit tubes as close to... Oh, we have a lot more plastic than I thought we did. Oh boy, we have a lot more plastic than I thought we did. Not that we didn't just burn through most of it, but we do have a lot more plastic. I thought we only had 2,000. We had 13,000 and something. That needs to go up one more. And then up here, I want to do a transit tube crossing to bring that up into the space biome here. And then we'll do another transit tube access point. I think right there will be good as far as looks. Connect the power up, of course. And then we do a tube that goes up and around like that. The only potential issue is overheating. But I don't think this doesn't have an overheat temperature, so I think we'll be fine with this. And then we just need to build all that. Meanwhile, we made a mess, as per usual. Nope, not that view. If I bring this down here instead, that still delivers this way. It still allows this to come in this way, except that I don't want it to be a straight pipe. I want it to be a bridge. And then this one can come that way. The bridge will steal it first. It'll come in here and get sent in here. This bridge will come in after with this pipe. This can come up and actually go straight into there as intended. I think that might work. That was a lot less difficult than I thought it was going to be. If it works. And so this will only get the water that has germs in it because it's only coming out of here. This is forcing this direction. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's hope it does. And let's mop this stuff up too. Back up here to the transit tubes. I see we have some watery mess right here. I think some of the pollution, or the infection here is coming in from this bottle emptier. So I want to move this bottle emptier over here, or into this, I think. Let's put it there with a, not a sandstone tile, a granite tile underneath it. Let's not do a sandstone bottle emptier either. There. Just in case. And then we'll configure that for water. And that way all the water just comes into here. Instead of... I have this set as a higher priority? I do not. Okay. All the water will come into here, and then we'll assume that it's polluted, and then we'll just have to get rid of the pollution here. Or the pollution, sorry, the germs here. And then this will hopefully eventually become clean and stay that way. I think that'll work better and it is more logical. I also need to deal with that pool of stuff in the bottom there. The tube is getting built. That's good. This needs to, of course, connect into there now. I want to prioritize that piece a little. So we do have this sort of ugliness here a little bit. But what I can do with that is I can improve the ugliness by putting out some very, 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 very expensive but valuable decorations. Gold metal blocks. Let's show our avarice here. And they're, of course, working on all of this stuff, which is fine. It'll take them a little bit of time to work on it. Oh, we have printables available? Nah. We have so much water right now. I don't really know what to do with it all. All those cool steam vents plus these tamers are very, very good for business. And hopefully we'll get some more polluted water up here soon. Why is that not... You know what I should do here? I should take this polluted water and connect it to... No, I don't like that. Let's deconstruct that bridge. I need to do this differently. This needs to connect there. Hopefully this is only polluted water. That I'm going to have to change before I do anything with, but we'll break it right there. That way I don't mess this up. There's only polluted water coming out of these. There's only polluted water coming out of this, in theory. Yeah, that's just polluted oxygen there, so that's fine. Oxygen and polluted oxygen. So there's only polluted water in here. There's only polluted water in here. And that pipe is all that there is. So now this will go up there. Where do I want the priority to go? That is the question. This is taking... This actually should have priority over this. Let me change this again. You all know me. Oh, it's rocket time already. Excellent. Make a mess again. Okay. So this needs to go first and foremost into this line. So let's connect that up. No, that's why there was a bridge here. And then this... This line and this line need to be added into this after this is my primary. Oh, the space mission is complete. Let's go up there and receive this rocket before I lose track of things. Okay, Calidorn is done. And so now... we studied that whole rocky asteroid. We could go back and visit it if we wanted to get some stone hatches, of course. What other biologicals do we have? Smooth hatches here. That's it. And then we have wort seeds and sleet wheat grains there, which actually is kind of tempting. But we're going to send this rocket back to this satellite. So we have now the destination set. It's just beyond reach. We have oxygen. We need to empty the cargo bay. Or oxalate, I mean. We're still loading the fuel. It takes a moment. Surprisingly, that was the longest, the last piece. And then now we have a meteor shower, so I'm going to wait. Let's do, no, I don't want to do super speed. I think I will just try and come up here and check. I guess I could have cleaned up my mess down here. Okay. Back to the pipe. So this has got to be the priority, and then this one needs to clamp on to that after. So it could clamp right there. But do I want it to come into here first? I don't think so. Actually, I don't even know that I need to put it into this loop anymore. Let's look at the temperature. I mean, it doesn't hurt. Let's leave it. Okay, so let's do this, and then we'll do another bridge. Thank you, autosave. No. there. And that'll add this water into this pipe. I know what I can do. Yes. I'll just let this one go through that loop. And then I will add in a third bridge right here that sends any surplus from that line, and a fourth bridge, into that line. I think that'll do everything that I wanted to accomplish. So that gets this polluted water that's coming out of either here, which is kind of warm, or here, which is fairly cold, very cold, gets it going into watering, or irrigating rather, I should say, these guys. Although we probably could take this chunk of water here and use that as well. That might not be a bad idea, since I dumped it all down there. We also need to manage this at some point, too. Like I said, we have a lot of water in this playthrough right now. Alright, can you guys now transit yourselves? You can. Slow down. We can see whomever this is, Phasian, using the transit tube. And then going wherever the heck he's going. Okay, use the transit tube to get here to deal with those guys. So one thing we could do is maybe put in a transit tube station right here as well to shorten his trip. And then we need to have delete that. High priority. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't launch my rocket. I did not launch my rocket. Alana hasn't gone for a while. Let's let her go. And I just broke that power connection, so I need to probably fix it. Oh, I didn't break it yet. There it goes. Put that in there. High priority. And we'll delete that one and do the same. Oh, the doors are closing. So, I'm sorry, Lana, but you'll have to not go. But I don't want you to go now. Dang it. And I just broke my power. Again. Somebody. Oh no. We need to fix those. Let's do emergency. And emergency. Come on, Hi-Fi Hedgehog. And the machinist. Alright. Well, Lana, since the doors are open, you might as well go. We're not saving us anything by not going. And then let's get rid of this junk. Okay, that was a little bit crazed. Let me delete buildings here. We don't need the... Oh, no, you don't. We don't need the ladder anymore. And then we want to have another tube here. Or not a tube, an axis. I'll put it right there, just like before. Connect that up, just like before. And then this goes here. And then I want to just seal off this room right in here, I think. And actually, I can deconstruct that and this. And then these can connect up to that. That way they have a shorter trip, because I also wanted to do this and this and put in a door there. Or at least a doorway. It doesn't need to be a door. Doorway is fine. Oh, no tube connected, so it won't charge without a tube connected. Check for damages again. Looks okay. Or they fixed it all already? Alright. Okay, so now it's charging. And once it gets up to 10 kilojoules of charge, then it's now fully functional. So this is the route that like Phasian should take when he needs to come here. He should get off at this stop and then continue on. And I think that'll work better. And then this one's mostly just used for the people who are actually coming up into space. And I could even continue this tube down closer to the rocket. The issue is potentially with the melting of the plastic and or the actual gold itself if it's too close to the rocket. So we have to be careful with that. We're going to say no to all that as well. Should I do some more telescoping here? Let's see. Oh, we got a living planet here. Do we have any of those before? Yes, we did. Pips and arbor acorns, amongst other things. Let's go ahead and do this. And I put the space there so I could put decorations in there, and I think I'm going to need them. Furniture, metal blocks. Do that. And I'm probably going to put decorations in a few more places where this gets really red and they spend time. Even maybe even in here. It's rocket time again already. And maybe here alongside the rocket somewhere. Although they don't spend a lot of time there, so I think it's okay. But as you can see, these aren't even really fully competing with the mess that is, well, exposed wire and stuff like that. So having these here would be really nice to have. So let's continue this transit tube downward, because the other place where I saw a bump. There's another bump. We're going to have to fix that. The other place I wanted one was down here, somewhere in the oil biome, and down here in the frozen core where we have liquid chlorine collecting. Because all this chlorine's coming down here now and collecting in this biome and freezing. Or, well, not freezing, but, you know. Why is there water mixed into that? There shouldn't be. That's going into that same pipe that has the polluted water. Okay. So, hopefully this is working correctly. I see that there is, in fact... This is prioritizing into here so that it gets cleaned. Although it doesn't need to be cleaned. But mostly gets degermed. And then it gets put into the main tank. And then this one's going in here. Once we get this all separated... Which, I don't know if it all is going to fit. That might be a problem. Once this gets separated, though, and we only have polluted water in here... Then I will, then I'll probably change this piping so that this one goes directly into these, and then only if we need it does the polluted water come out of here to go through the sieve to go into making clean water. I think. So we need to keep an eye on that. And we are building these. Good, good, good. And we need to fix this. So in order to fix this, if I want to continue dumping this carbon dioxide into the ladder shaft, I need to actually put it in place of the ladder, or better yet, all the way on the other side. No. No, 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 no. Wrong thing. Gas pipe. Then I pressed the wrong button. Go there. Let's deconstruct this. High priority. Actually, let's do like 7s. That'll be fine. Good, you caught the plastic in midair. Do that one. And then we had another one right here. Same answer. And just dump any waste out there. And then deconstruct that. Same answer. Did we get our rocket back, by the way? It did come back. And, well, I guess Sydney's going again. Because Sydney's in the rocket because I wasn't paying attention. And we lost a diamond tile. Probably because of a meteor impact. Presumably because of a meteor impact. But I think that basically does what I wanted to accomplish today. We have a working transit tube network with 3 stops so far. That really improved the decor in this area. It's still somewhat bad because of the heavy wire, unfortunately. But there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Unless I took the heavy wire literally around and back up, which isn't going to happen. The only other thing let's do here is let's take some of these transit tube accesses and figure out where we might want one here in the oil biome. And maybe that here would be literally here. Move that over. Maybe one right here. And then down here in the frozen core, I think I'll just put one kind of at the bottom of the stairs here. We'll just put it. Can I put it there? Does that let me do S-curves? Yes, it does. So we'll put it right there. Which means I need to continue the power line on downward. You know what? Actually, I will make this out of the heavy conductive wire copper. I need to fix that right there. Because this needs to be a bridge. Somebody come and do that one quickly. And then we need to have, wrong button, one of these. There and there. And then I want to dig up, deconstruct that, cancel these, and we'll continue this ladder up to... Let me, just for my own sanity, put a floor in right here. Made that wire out of lead. Oopsie. Oh, we got an achievement. We got totally tubular. Have duplicants travel 10,000 meters by transit tube. And once you start building them, they pretty much do it. Alright. And then... that's not what I wanted to happen, though. That could get messy. Let's do these first, please. That as well. So I think I'm going to leave this here. We're going to move this stuff across, of course, and we'll finish that up in the next episode, as well as look at what else we want to accomplish with this map or with this base before we call this a series. So, as always, if you have suggestions on what else you'd like to see me accomplish in this game or this series, leave a message in the comments. Come and visit my Discord. The link is in the description. Or, well, I guess that's kind of it. So, if you would like to, if you have any ideas on what you would like to see, let me know, and I will be happy to attempt to accommodate them. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.